All right, it's the middle of May.
I can't believe it.
We are here, we are ready. Hey, we just want to jump on and have some casual tea talk. We actually have our teas.
Yes.
We're in
teas.
office right now.
I'm actually a green tea fan. I love
Yeah.
green tea, yes. But this is actually not green tea, it's chamomile.
Okay. I do a lot of black tea.
That's-
I feel like it's a substitute for coffee when I don't have coffee, but it doesn't have as much caffeine, so I don't get jittery or that up and down movement.
I actually love the fact I love coffee. So I always need 2 cups a day. Well, first cup in the morning, really in the morning before I do anything at all.
Yeah.
Just to, because, I'm not sure about you, but my mom, I need that to function.
Yeah. I didn't even start drinking coffee until I became a mom because I needed it. Like I needed that extra boost. And now it's just become a habit, I feel like, which it is what it is.
For me, I didn't really drink coffee until college, pulling all those all-nighters. And then when I became a mom, now I just need to have a cup first thing in the morning before the day starts. And then I'll have a second cup in the late morning, and then I'm good for the day. And the rest of the day I'll have like tea, green tea. I love like green tea with roasted barley or roasted rice. Have you had that?
I have not.
I'll bring it in for you.
I have
It's so
not had
good.
that.
So good. And then sometimes I'll have chamomile tea after dinner.
Okay.
Just something like, something warm.
And I am a cream and sugar person. I don't care.
I am not a sugar person anymore. I have been free of sugar for about, I think, 8 years.
Okay. That's good.
But I need a little bit of cream, specifically half and half in my coffee.
Yeah, I keep saying I'll try to give up sugar, but that hasn't happened. Like, sugar's my thing. It's easier for me to give up like fried food or fried food, salty food. I can give that up easily. Sugar, it's hard for me to say no to.
I am the total opposite of you. I can give up sugar anytime. I'm not a sugar fiend or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I just need salty. Like,
Yeah.
give me a bag of Doritos and that will be gone in a heartbeat. But I'm not, give me a piece of cake. I'm like, nah, no, or, I won't go for that. I'll go for the Doritos first, or like, or some Ripples or Ruffles, anything with chips and salsa. I love that stuff.
Yeah. So how was your weekend? We just passed Mother's Day.
I know.
What did you end up doing? Happy Mother's Day to our audience.
So a whole audience, yes. I think for me, for the moms out there, you're killing it. And the dads out there as well too. But you'll have your dad next month. But moms do a lot for the family. So I just love the fact that we can celebrate them, celebrate you, myself. I just feel like cherished, my weekend was great. I
Did
celebrate.
you do anything? Do you have a tradition or do you just play by ear?
So I celebrate my mom on Sunday and my mother-in-law on Saturday. So
nice.
usually it's brunch or dinner, So nowadays, Mother's Day, going out to dinner or brunch on Mother's Day is just crazy.
Right.
So
everybody's out.
Everybody's out, yes. So we try to either host or bring food to people and just collectively host or bring food, do like a hot pot,
Oh, nice.
So my mom, we celebrated by bringing her brunch, and for mother-in-law, we celebrated by taking her out to lunch.
Okay.
So it was nice. And then my family cooked dinner for me on Sunday. So that was nice. I feel like, we had steak and, just some yummy stuff,
Nice.
But you,
I'm curious. So, like your mom or your mother-in-law, do they have like this expectation for you guys to do something?
They don't. They're really casual and they're so lovely. It's just
Yeah.
I feel that they need to be cherished and recognized. So
Yeah.
I'm the one always trying to plan and make sure that, hey, let's do something. What's the plan? For my mom, I'm usually the coordinator. I do the planning. For my mother-in-law, my husband's one of 5. So there's a ton of her kids that we plan. I'm like, I'll just go along with like, you guys plan it. I'm all in. Let me know what's up, and we'll either contribute or help out however we can. So I just feel that that's important.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like my mom is she doesn't really care as much, Like I still try to do stuff for her when I can, but like it's just not like I know of like other women that are like, it's expected,
Yes,
right? Like it's an offense if
Yes.
you don't follow through,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Or they have an expectation on what they want, right? They want a gift or they want it, like, I think it falls in line with, what is it? Their love language
Yes,
possibly as
yes.
well is, do they want a gift or do they want you to take them to dinner or do they just want quality time,
Right,
right? Like
right.
everybody responds differently.
What's yours?
My love language, I think for me, it's, I want to lean into like people doing stuff for me.
Like memories, right? Rather
Yeah,
than
like
stuff.
it's not expected, it's just done.
Mhm.
Like that is a big thing for me, or like, because I'm not good at asking, so it's probably why it's helpful for me that my love language, well, not helpful for me, but like my love language is like having somebody do something
Mhm.
for me,
Mhm.
like just knowing, and it's not even me expecting it, it's just like it's just done.
Yes.
Like that makes me feel loved
Right.
and also appreciated.
Yes.
But it never feels like I expect it.
Right.
I think I'm trying to work on that though, because here's
Asking for what you
another
want.
thing is like, we often feel like we shouldn't expect or ask.
Mhm.
But what I've learned as well with some of the work that I've been doing this past year is like, if you don't ask,
They won't know.
you are, yeah, and like you're just continually drained.
Mhm.
And yes, we are strong. Yes, we can carry it all.
Mhm.
But it's also being able to receive that makes you stronger and kind of fills your cup up.
Right.
And I don't think I was ever good at that before. I feel like I inherited that from my mom,
Mhm.
where I love her. Like, yes, like
never
give,
ask.
give,
Yes.
but like people get drained,
Right.
you know, and
Mhm.
um, it's not like a weakness or a
Mhm.
fault or a negative. Like it's okay to like find somebody else that's like can give to you, right? That you can receive from, and it doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship. It could be platonic, right? Friends.
Right.
I think one thing also is like if you don't, at some point you start unknowingly and then knowingly create resentment.
Right.
If you're not receiving, then you start feeling like,
Resentful.
where am I? Like,
Yeah.
what about me?
Right.
And I think that like develops over time,
Mhm.
right? So it's like being aware that like what you need and how you need it.
Right.
And that's another thing I've learned. I feel like I've learned that also recently, within like maybe the last like 5 years.
Mhm.
Like we all have different needs.
Mhm.
Um,
Learning to ask
yeah.
and just being, because I totally agree with that. I feel that people like women especially are people pleasers. I
Mhm.
feel, and we do all these things. We want to be the best mom, we want to be the best wife, the best daughter, the best sister, and we're constantly giving in all those avenues, right?
Mhm.
But when it comes to yourself, what do you need that will fulfill your cup, right? Or fuel your day, and also like fuel your emotions and your emotional cup, that you feel satisfied and seen and gratified.
Yeah.
Right. And I've also learned in the last few years to express myself and my wants and needs more.
Mhm.
Like sometimes you struggle with, why are you feeling this way? And it's because you're feeling unseen,
Mhm.
unwanted, or unloved, or you're not being
Not understood.
not understood, exactly, misunderstood. And so sometimes it just takes a little, like, I just need you to do this and I'll be okay, or I need you to do this and I'll be okay. Well, I'll even like I'll ask for help. Hey, I need some help over here. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm a little one person. I'm just doing this and this and this and this, and it's just too much. Can you give me a hand? So now I just find that it's more about giving yourself grace
Mhm.
and just saying, hey, I need help. If you give me a hand, that'd be great.
Mhm.
Oh, my kid needs a car ride. Can you bring my kid home so I don't have to be in 3 places at once?
Mhm.
So I'm learning that aspect more and more the last few years. And it's not, like a weakness, it's communication.
Mhm.
And I'm just learning to communicate more and more nowadays.
Yeah, I think it comes with just like growth, right?
Mhm.
Time and also your willingness to grow. If you're willing to grow and learn,
Right.
you realize, what you can do to improve your relationships with anybody, like whether it be with your spouse, a friend,
Mhm.
your children.
Mhm.
I've noticed as well that even with my daughter, communication, like you're talking about, is so important.
Mhm.
And I don't have to be the only one
I
communicating.
know.
right? Like I'm not the only one here that has
And she's
like,
very vocal.
yeah. And I've learned from her as well.
Yes.
I've learned by listening to her, I have learned some pretty, what I would consider wisdom out of this little human being.
Yeah.
That she catches me off guard sometimes.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wait, what?
She's so
That
smart,
is
right?
so deep, you know? And to her, it just seems very natural.
Yes.
Like there was no thought about it, no extra effort. She was just really speaking from her heart.
Mhm.
And those moments, I love them. Like I wish I could have like them captured and like share them, right? Because like there's so much that we share on social media now. Like
Yeah.
I wish I could share those moments of like
It's hard to capture
there's this
everything.
innate wisdom that
Mhm.
we somehow uh over time like we lose that.
Yes. I mean, I'm totally with you as well too. Like as a mom, I actually one of the reasons I really love what we do as realtors is because realizations is we can make our own sort of our own timeline or our own schedule.
Yeah.
Because you have them, you have 3 kids, and having the time to spend with them is actually priceless.
Yeah.
And like you, there when I go throughout my day and I spend time with them, like these little moments where I wish I could capture on camera, but are
Mhm.
just too darn fast. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, I missed that moment, right? But
And it's not like you can just recreate
yeah,
them. It's
but
not the same.
but like you said, like my kids, well, my kids are older than Zemi, but they're like, 16, 15, and 12. But throughout the day, like they do these things. I'm like, wait a minute, like what? Where'd that come from,
Yeah.
And my kids is just so like all 3 of my kids is just so innately kind,
Mhm.
very like nurturing. And
Yeah.
when you see the moments where like they're just the love of people just shining through, I'm like, what? Wow, you're just such a like deep and lovely person.
Right.
Like, did I, like where did that come from? Not that they're mean, like I'm saying like for them it's just so natural and kind
Yeah.
and nurturing that when it shows and it's just so like out of the blue, you just notice like, wow, this kid is such a good kid. I'm like, I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could capture this, but and share it with the world, but I can. But just the kindness to one another and to their friends and to their family is just it's just beyond.
And they get over things quickly.
Yes,
Kids don't really hold grudges.
they don't hold grudges at all.
They don't. They can fight with each other.
Mm-hmm.
They might, you might scold them, and I want to say usually within 30 minutes,
Yeah.
it's like nothing happened.
Exactly.
And they're like back to just like, I
Kids.
love you, let's
I know.
play,
Let's
let's
play.
do
Exactly.
this.
No,
And
no.
like I love that. I think that's very inspiring for myself, right? Because we all have these conflicts that we go through in life. And then as adults, it's like we hold on to them and we hold grudges, and that affects us.
Yes.
That affects even future relationships with
Mhm.
other people.
Mhm.
Like it affects how we trust people versus kids. Like they don't really give a shit.
They
They
don't.
really don't.
They
They
just like
learn to give a shit.
I'm telling you, we have these arguments between the us, me and my kids, and like we could be like screaming at each other, and then like okay, like I'm off to one side of the room and they're off to the other side of the room, and like, Mom, what's for dinner? Okay. Do you need help with dinner? Let's make dinner together. I'm like, okay, I guess we made up.
And they're done with it, right?
They're done with it, yeah, and that's the beauty of it. They don't hold grudges.
I mean, it would be
and-
nice if the whole world worked that way,
No,
right?
I know.
Because we're allowed, like we're all human. We make mistakes. We
That's-
lose our cool sometimes, say things we're not supposed to say or mean to say.
all the time, and that's exactly what it is. We're
Yeah.
human. We're not perfect.
We're not
We're trying. We're trying to be the best people version of ourselves, and sometimes there's dips and valleys, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So, do you have a memory, or even recently, I guess, of any Mother's Day gift that pops out? Because I could share mine. Because I think it was in kindergarten, and made me a Mother's Day thing, and it was like a vase with a flower. It was on paper,
Mhm.
and then you open it up like a card, and there was like these questions about myself.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, how old is your mother?
Oh.
And she put me at like 50 years old.
not there yet.
I'm like,
You
wow,
a long way to
what
go.
does a 50-year-old look like to her?
Right, I know, that's hysterical. That was your most memorable gift from her?
Yeah, so I had to have been like 38 at the time.
You're not
Telling me 50.
Woo, that's tough, I know. I think for me, was when my daughter was in elementary school. I think she was in fifth grade, so she would have been like maybe 11.
Mhm.
11, yeah, and she didn't have any money at that time, but she actually they in elementary school they have all these like little like fairs or whatever,
Okay.
and then people sell these little trinkets from
Yeah.
the PTA, and she actually took money out of her
Little piggy bank.
a little piggy bank, and she bought me this like mom cup, and I
Aw,
still you love it, and I still use it to this very day.
that's
It
cute.
just says mom, and she must have paid like $5 for it, maybe like $7 at
Yeah.
most. But I was like, you spent your little piggy bank. She must have like, like gotten all the change out of it and bought me this like
She was
little.
probably so proud
She
of
was so proud
herself.
of it. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, and I still use it to this day. I still cherish it. That's my favorite cup to use.
I love that.
Yes. Or and she's very artsy. She
Mhm.
loves arts and crafts. So she actually for one of her birthdays, went to this place called Mutworks. It's where you paint pottery
Okay.
and then they seal it and then you take it home with you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So she and I went to do this and she painted a plate and painted myself a cup as well too.
Okay.
So that her mug that she got for me and the cup mug that I made for during her birthday was one of my favorite gifts of all time. I still hold it, cherished it.
I love
Because I'm a coffee lover and I love to drink coffee out of my cups and everything. So
Yeah.
when I see every morning, I use it. I'm like, oh, it reminds me of her.
I do remember too in the last 2 years, right? Because now she's a little bit grown, a little bit more independent. She also said, you could just stay in bed. I'm gonna make you breakfast. I'll make you breakfast in bed.
I know, I love that.
And it's so funny because I think she just like chopped up the strawberries and like put whipped cream and like mixed it around. I think she threw in like Fruity Pebbles, maybe a Lucky Charms or some other cereal that was on there. And I want to say there might have been like some other candy. So it was just like a bowl of sugar. And
Up your alley.
honestly, I didn't really care.
I know.
I was like, thank you.
That's so awesome. My kid's a little older now, and from a very young age, they've learned how to cook. Like
Okay.
my son started making me peanut butter sandwiches to
Aw.
take to work when he was 5 years old.
That's so
He'd get on his
cute.
little stool, we lived at a forest hill at the time. He'd get into a
Yeah.
little stool and he'd be making me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to pack to work.
I love
So I would do that. So when they were older, because I actually learned to cook when I was a young age as well too. They learned how to cook. So like this past Mother's Day, my daughter was busy studying for her AP exams, but he made me a cheesecake from scratch.
What?
Yes.
A cheesecake?
Yep.
That's
I should have bought it
impressive.
for you, a slice for you to
I'm like,
try.
a cheesecake is impressive.
Yeah, yeah. So he bakes and grills, and she bakes and does a lot of cooking at home as well
I
too.
love
Prep.
that.
So they're my bakers, and my son's my griller. He can grill me a steak anytime.
That's amazing.
I don't even do that anymore. It's him and his dad doing it.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, so he grills a mean steak. We don't even eat steak outside anymore because they just love the way they cook it at home.
Yeah.
Like it's just right, just enough seasoning and just perfectly
Yeah.
cooked. Yeah.
I'm all about that. I know when I was looking at daycares when Zimmy was tiny, and I think it was a Montessori school that we went into to check out, and I saw all these little kids. They were prepping their own snacks, and they had the tools, like the kids' safe tools, right?
Oh,
So they
yes.
could cut their veggies and their fruits for their snack. And just watching these little humans that are like toddlers doing, I was like, wow, that's impressive. And I remember I went home and I looked up those little tools
Yes.
for her.
Did
So
you
she
buy it?
had it since she was 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would put her little fruits and veggies and she would just sit there chopping it, you know, because it was like fun for her to do.
Right.
It's something edible.
Yes.
And it also like created that little bit of independence that I know she loves anyways. But that was super exciting. And I want her to continue trying to cook,
She
right?
should,
And doing
yes.
stuff on her own.
Yes.
And then like, I will watch her. Like she will jump in it. That's not the problem. But I have to be like safety concerns.
Yes.
You know, I'll tell her, I'm okay with you doing stuff, but I need to like let me know.
Right.
I'll watch you.
Supervise.
Yeah, I
so
need
you
to
don't get hurt.
supervise
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
She's like, I got it. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, she's such a
I'm like, I'm not saying you don't know,
She's so
but you're
good.
still little and I still need to like watch what you're doing just in case.
Well, I've known her for a few years, and she's like from like a little tiny dynamo to now like little bigger dynamo, and
I
she's
know.
just, I love her. She's just,
It's gonna go by
she's so
so
spunky.
fast.
Look at my kids, 16, 15, and 12. It's just went by so fast. I can barely carry them. The little one still tries to make me carry him.
I
I'm like, you're
can't.
70 pounds, dude.
I give her little piggyback rides sometimes, and even that, I'm telling her, we're getting close to where this is not gonna happen anymore.
No, I
You're getting
know.
too
I
big,
know.
and it's sad.
I know. Well, my two older ones are taller than me now, so I
Wow.
can't even like carry them at
Yeah.
once.
Now they're carrying you.
Now they're carrying me. I know.
Carry me to the car.
Carry me to the car. I know. My oldest one's learning how to drive.
Wow.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh, stay off the roads.
So you're gonna let them drive.
I always try to make sure I encourage their independence.
Yeah.
I'm never one to curtail them.
Yeah.
I always, what they want to do, if it's within my means or my capabilities,
Yeah.
I'm gonna always be their supporter.
I like that.
Yeah. So
Same.
she really wanted to get her learner's permit at 16, and she wanted to learn how to drive. I'm like, like, listen, her school didn't have a driver's ed course, but we
Yeah.
found something comparable outside of her school, and she
Okay.
started driving. This her second lesson was like last Sunday before dinner.
Okay.
So we're like, oh, stay off Northern Boulevard. At that
The good
time,
thing I feel like about here in New York is most of the time we're not driving that fast.
yes, you can't anymore.
In Texas, on the highways, I would be terrified of my kids starting to drive. Because, I want to say people drive closer to like 70 and up.
Right.
And then if you're driving out, in between cities, it's like 80
Mhm.
and up. That's fast.
For you, right?
Like, that's fast. If there's an accident, at that speed,
You forget it, right?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Here, I don't get as nervous driving around because
You're driving 15 miles an hour.
yeah, it's like you can't drive. There's not that much open road, and then there's traffic. So
And there's all the speed cameras nowadays.
yes,
Okay.
but I like that idea as well. I think for my daughter,
Mhm.
giving her independence
Mhm.
because she wants it anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm all for it.
Yeah, definitely. My son, he turned 15, and he's like, I really want to be a lifeguard. You could be a lifeguard at 15, right? So we actually, he planned it out. He wanted to get this certification, that certification. So he's actually now certified to lifeguard,
Nice.
and he got his first job. He
Nice.
starts orientation today. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, you're making like, they're paying him like $18 an hour.
That's good.
That's crazy, right?
For a first job?
For a 15-year-old.
For a first job.
I know. I
That's
was like,
amazing.
he actually was very proactive, interviewed 2 pools, and just chose one that paid him a little more.
Nice.
I was like, you know what? Go for it, 15, and you're making $18 an hour. Hey, that's better than like minimum wage, right?
Yeah, I think that's great. And it's enjoyable.
He loves it. He loves swimming.
That's all that matters.
It's all that matters, yeah.
So today we just wanted to jump on, make a short conversation on Mother's Day,
Yep.
what's going on, very casual conversation over tea.
Tea.
We're still looking for anyone in the audience, or if you know somebody that wants to jump on here and be a guest, we are currently working on scheduling quite a few different guests, spacing them out as much as we can as well, because we did get quite a bit of interest, which is exciting.
So exciting. And we have a great lineup in the next few, I think next month or so. So stay tuned, because we have 2 phenomenal women coming on to join us on our podcast, and we're just so excited to share with you their experience. And both of them are just such inspirations to Natalia and I, so we can't wait for you to meet them.
All right, enjoy your day.
Have a blessed one. Take care. Bye.